Audio Jungle.
One dead, several injured in Portmore crash. A man was killed and several others injured Friday in a four-vehicle crash on the Municipal Boulevard in Portmore, St. Catherine. The identity of the deceased man has not been ascertained. The injured victims were rushed to hospital, however, their conditions were not ascertained up to press time. The accident happened about 4 in the afternoon, just after passing the runabout in the vicinity of the Christian Gardens housing development. Woman shot dead at St. Andrew Club, ex-lover arrested. The ex-boyfriend of a woman has been taken into custody after he was shot dead in the restroom of a club in St. Andrew on Friday morning. The man, said to be an ex-soldier, was picked up by police hours after the shooting, which reportedly occurred at the club located along South Odin Avenue, Kingston 10. The dead woman has been identified as 29-year-old Rochelle Mason, a hairdresser of Denver Crescent in Marvelly, Kingston 20. Reports are that about 12:30 a.m., Mason was at a party when she was confronted by a man who was allegedly her ex-lover and dragged to the restroom. Shortly after, an explosion was heard and the man seen leaving the restroom. A patron went to investigate, raised an alarm and summoned the police. On arrival, Mason was seen in a sitting position on the floor in the restroom in a pool of blood with what appeared to be a gunshot wound to the mouth. She was transported to hospital where she was pronounced dead. Tragedy in Trelawney. She really did? She really did. Keisha Flemings asked from the U.S. on Friday. Her mother-in-law, Beverly McIntosh, had just told her that her 14-year-old daughter, Tashanti Jones, had been killed in a car crash. The two women were bound together by the gut-wrenching grief that comes with losing a child. McIntosh's son, 31-year-old cabinet maker Hayden Fleming, Keisha's husband, of only 2 weeks, was also among the dead. 21-year-old Brandon Garden also died in the crash, which occurred on the St. March roadway in Trelawney. A distraught McIntosh struggled to absorb the fresh grief that was being added to emotional toll taken by her earlier in the tragedy. "Me don't know how me going to make it because me lose my other daughter 2018 and it gave me a stroke. Me go America and did surgery. I can't even see the much, but me thank God. So me just hope and pray," McIntosh stated. She said tragedy struck moments after from their home while Fleming was making his usual trip. "I know in the mornings he always bring the kids to school. He took the earlier kids and this one Ashanti an evening shift," McIntosh revealed. "The doctors were trying, but she didn't make it. When I reached the hospital, one of her eyes was open," she added. At McIntosh High, with little Tashanti was a 10th grade student, afternoon classes were suspended to allow students, including her younger sister and teachers, time to grieve. Speaking with the vice principal and a couple other members of staff, "It was a really sad day at Mushet, especially for the school on the afternoon shift," agrees Stephen Leighton Johnson told reporters by phone from the U.S. where he's on vacation. "The staff is just trying to engage in grief counseling and hold the students together as best as possible. Her former teacher, immediate classmates, and the entire school community is really saddened by this," he added. According to a police report, the crash took place about 10:30 a.m. on Friday when a Toyota Wish motor car driven by Flemings was traveling behind a Suzuki Grand Vitara on the Greenside Main Road heading towards Falmouth. The Suzuki Vitara was in the process of turning off the road to a car wash on the right side when the Toyota Wish, which was overtaking a line of traffic, collided in the right side of the Suzuki. The impact resulted in the driver of the Toyota Wish losing control of the vehicle, which careened off the road and ended up in a ditch before slamming into a concrete wall. Flemings and Garden died on the spot, while Tashanti was rushed to the Falmouth Public General Hospital. However, she died while undergoing treatment. The lone occupant of the Suzuki Vitara was taken to hospital for treatment. The Falmouth police are investigating. PNP calls for urgent action to support poultry farmers. Address chicken shortage. Opposition spokesperson Agriculture Dr. Dayton Campbell is calling on the government to immediately address the pressing challenges facing the poultry industry, which have been compounded by the impact of Hurricane Beryl. In a news release on Friday, Campbell charged that despite early warnings, poultry farmers, particularly egg producers, have received little to no assistance resulting in significant disruption in production and supply. He highlighted that while the government has allocated over $900 million to assist farmers recover from Beryl's devastation, egg farmers are yet to benefit, noting that the Jamaica Egg Farmers Association reported that the storm caused nearly 30% decline in egg production across the island. This, Campbell said, has directly impacted the livelihoods of farmers and availability of eggs for customers. The government was alerted to this issue as early as July, when farmers raised concerns about the severe damage caused by Beryl. Yet to this day, we are hearing from the Jamaica Egg Farmers Association that they have not received any of the promised support. This is unacceptable. We demand a transparent explanation and a concrete plan to action to ensure that our farmers get the help that they need without further delay, Dr. Campbell stated. Additionally, the release stated that the opposition People's National Party (PNP) is deeply concerned about reports for consumers and restaurant operators regarding a shortage of chicken. It stated that some businesses have been forced to increase the prices of chicken meals due to the rising cost of the product, which have surged by nearly 60% per pound in recent weeks. Operators have reported difficulty in sourcing baby chicks, further complicating the situation, the PNP noted. While Agriculture Minister Floyd Green has acknowledged reduced supply, Dr. Campbell emphasized the urgency of implementing immediate solutions to mitigate the impact on both farmers and consumers. Waiting for further studies and discussion will only prolong the pain felt by our farmers and the wider population. We urge the government to act swiftly by providing direct support to our poultry farmers and implementing measures to stabilize chicken production. This should include facilitating access to affordable inputs like feed and chicks, accelerating recovery effort post-burial, and putting contingency plans in place for future disruptions, Dr. Campbell continued. The PNP said it remains committed to advocating for the agricultural sector and urges the government to prioritize the needs of poultry farmers. The current situation not only threatens the livelihood of farmers, but also risks further escalating food prices at a time when many Jamaicans are already grappling with economic hardship, according to the party. We need urgent solution. We call on the Minister of Agriculture to immediately outline a clear recovery plan for the poultry sector, one that ensures our farmers are supported and that consumers can access affordable, local produced chicken and eggs. Our farmers have been left behind for too long, and this must change, Dr. Campbell stated.
We urge the government to act swiftly by providing direct support to our poultry farmers and implementing measures to stabilize chicken production. This should include facilitating access to affordable inputs like feed and chicks, accelerating recovery efforts post-burial, and putting contingency plans in place for future disruption. We need urgent solutions. We call on the Minister of Agriculture to immediately outline a clear recovery plan for the poultry sector, one that ensures our farmers are supported and that consumers can access affordable, locally produced chicken and eggs. Our farmers have been left behind for too long, and this must change.
Former Indicom head Terence Williams appointed King's Counsel. Former head of the Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom, Terence Williams, has joined the ranks of King's Counsel in Jamaica. Williams, a veteran attorney, was called to the inner bar Friday morning in a ceremony presided over by Supreme Court Judge Justice Dayton Pusey. Among family and friends in attendance were Williams' wife, Senior Judge Lorna Shelley Williams, perhaps his brother, Attorney-at-Law Alex Williams, who brought remarks, President of the Court of Appeal Marva McDonald Bishop, who also brought remarks, former Director of Public Prosecution Kent Pantry, and veteran Attorney-at-Law Richard Small KC. The calling to the inner bar ceremony is a time-honored tradition for members of the legal fraternity who have distinguished themselves in the field and in service to the country. Persons are appointed King's Counsel in Jamaica on the recommendation of several bodies, after which the recommendations are submitted to the Governor-General for his assent. These bodies include the General Legal Council, King's Counsel Committee, Jamaican Bar Association, Commonwealth Bar Association, and the Advocates Association of Jamaica. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.